Sup, my dudes? I got another Reflex track review here, and what the hell is going on with Reflex Central, where you can't actually look at any of the older tracks? Can somebody please update me on that? Because it's been a couple months now, and it's been like that on their website. I know it said that they were supposed to have it fixed sometime soon or whatever, but it's been like 3 months, so not really sure what's going on with that. It's where, like, you can't actually look at any of the older tracks. You can only look at, like, the newest 5 tracks or whatever. And when you try to click on the older track thing, it's like, oh, this part of the website is under maintenance, should be back soon or something like that. And it's not back soon, so I don't know what's going on there. But, yeah, this track right here, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of it because I'll just look like a dumbass. So I'll let you guys do that. But, whoa, that is one hook I did not... realize that you could actually hit. I think you can hit a super rhythm right there, dude. Hook it all the way, I'm pretty sure. But this track right here has a pretty simplistic short jump style to it, supercross track. You know, like the jumps are just easy just because they're so short, even though there are rhythms to it. The actual height of the jumps is just not, it's not meaty enough to get you high enough in the air to really be dangerous at any capacity, you know. So I think what comes down to it on this track is being able to cut inside corners and hit more inside rut type lines and things like that. It's really going to separate you more than anything else. But in the whoops right there, they're pretty close together, so you're really just hammering it, not too much. Okay, let me just make out with that tough block. So it's really not too technical. I don't think any part of the track is technical like that, but you can see this inside rut right here that I totally dodged. Didn't even actually go in it whatsoever. Oh, I was meaning to hit this bigger line right here, but so you can still hit the inside and hook the triples, so that's cool. Definitely has the different line options in that sense. It's not like you're forced to rail the outside to hit every single little jump, so I do like that about it. But and the ground decal color, I don't even guess I should say decal, just the ground color is, because I'm not even really sure how they do that in Reflex, but it's got a nice gray sort of tone to it, light white gray color. So something a little bit different than your everyday brown dirt. So definitely got to give hootahs for that. But so you jump off that triple, come into this double. So you can pretty much just rail it all the way around most of these corners here. Oh, that one's a little bit more tricky. If I had more time on the track, I wouldn't really have to let off. But pretty simplistic dragon's back that I just almost died on. Oh, man. So, yeah, you come around the outside. Oh, jumping off the side of the track. Let's see if we can... I think I already screwed up my run to it. No, there we go. Okay, so, whoa! And you can huck another quad all the way out. Wow, I love that rhythm. I don't know if the track maker meant for that to happen right there, but rhythm is sick, dog. Looks like on that wall there's kind of a lowered spot, almost like a rut right there. So maybe you could shave off a little bit more time if you hit it right in that lowered spot of the jump face. But, Jesus, you gotta love it. Not even off the track and it says you're off the track. But, yeah, Reflex Central needs to get their shit together with that little problem where you can't look at the older tracks. Because trying to look at some of the more classic tracks for reviews and stuff, and I can't do it. So there's really no other way I know of getting them or even seeing where they are or anything like that. So you can hook that little inside. But so yeah, even though it may look a little bit more simplistic and a little bit on the easy side, which it is, I think, just a little bit easier. This is more like what I would call even though the triples are big, see, that's the only difference. Like, oh man, that's a fun jump right there, because that second jump you hit just launches you. Oh, you can quad that. Okay, don't even know if that's actually faster because you're not skimming over the tabletop. A lot of times it's better to hit a smaller jump if you're going to be doing an on-off. The on-off is usually always quicker, but what I was saying is, like, even though your jump heights and stuff like that aren't that tall, so you're just not getting the raw. Okay, there's a line. There's a line. I don't think I hit that before, but the triples still have that that sort of standard bigger size, but this is more like a replica style. So like it's not going to have that same sort of challenge that most of your average reflex tracks have, because this feels more like a actual replica, which it may be a replica. I don't even know. A lot of these replicas, I can't tell if it's I've just never heard of them before, so I don't know per se. Ooh, yeah, it's definitely easy to come up short on that, but that's fun, man. I love when people put lines like that on reflex, because it just gives you little challenge every once in a while. Oh, I missed that lower down part of that. Woo! Popping some wheel skis, but trip ski into the dub ski. I don't think you can quad that, or the single ski. I don't think you can. Pretty sure you can't quad that. I don't know, not 100% sure, but it has almost like a sort of milestone supercross vibe to it, where there's a fence around it, and you got, you know, the hills in the background. It just kind of has that feel to it. So that's another thing that's kind of making me feel like it's a replica track there. But as far as like some of the other off-track objects, it looks pretty good as far as your object placement and all that. Okay, that's the finish line. I did not actually know that, but I would say difficulty, it's just hard to say with an arcade game. Like, it's just hard to even say difficulty, you know? I don't know. I would say easy difficulty. I know it's probably standard as hell for reflex, but it's really not a hard track. You're just not getting the peaks and the air times on the jumps to really be dangerous whatsoever. But I do like that little lake or whatever lagoon thing he's got going on in the distance. But some of those like off-track things over there kind of look compoundy style. Off-track objects definitely pulls it together quite a bit. And having something a little bit different on-track dirt color definitely is refreshing. But as far as every other part of the off-track, it's about as basic as you can get, you know. Standard woodland trees, standard bushes, standard mountain hills in the background. But it still looks good. I mean, honestly, I mean, it's probably about pretty much top-notch. You would make a track like this right here. So I'm going to give it a... Man, I really enjoyed the on-track, to be honest. But I would give it a 7 overall. I thought... just some of the lines were cool, like that one triple that you can huck all the way over, and some little sections where you can take the insides and cut off some time. It does have race lines and stuff like that, so it would be fun to race on, but as far as everything else, it's just pretty generic. So I want to let you guys know that I have all of my different playlists on my front page, whether it be game-specific playlist or series-specific playlist. So if you're looking for any particular game or particular series that you want to watch, I have it all laid out there in a pretty organized manner on my front page. And my email address is spencerturley@live.com, no space, no capital. And I do accept sponsorship offers. And you guys should also follow me on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, Steam, all that different stuff at Spencer Turley, no space, no capital. There is a link in the description to donate to me if you want to support me, and if you can't or you just don't want to, I totally understand. That's why it's completely optional, but I will be listing my top 10 donators at the end of every single future video, and I will shout out every new donator at the end of a video, even if they're not top 10. So anyways, I appreciate you guys watching the videos. Later, dudes.